Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Sam Gabriel here with a new video for you. Welcome to part 4 of What If Deku Wasn't Quirkless. I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying sit back and relax, you're in for a treat, so we begin. In the 1A classroom, a green-haired boy was taking notes on how to improve his quirk use. He muttered ideas out loud without knowing that everyone was looking at him like he was crazy. His muttering came to a stop when he felt a hand on his shoulder asking him if he was okay. The green-haired boy looked over his shoulder and saw that it was Uraraka. His face turned a bright red and stuttered, I'm fine. The brown-haired girl gave a sigh of relief and told him, You were muttering to yourself, and everyone got a little freaked out by it. The green-haired boy saw everyone nod in agreement with what she was saying, and he apologized for worrying everyone else. He then explained that it was a habit of his. Things got quiet as soon as the #1 hero made a flashy entrance. I am here, walking in through the front door like a hero. Everyone was in awe of the #1 hero's entrance, while others pointed out that he was wearing his Silver Age costume. Deku's eye began to shine as he saw his idol stand where Aizawa usually stood. Today we will be doing battle simulations, the #1 hero announced. Everyone got excited by the announcement, especially Bakugo, who had been waiting for it the most. He uttered, Hell yeah, combat training! Unlike in canon, Deku felt very confident. He even thought to himself, I can finally put all my training and research to good use. The #1 hero cleared his throat as he told the class, In order to be heroes, you'll need to look the part. He pressed a button, revealing a compartment near the entrance of the classroom. In each compartment were briefcases. All Might instructed the class to get dressed, and when they were done with that, they should meet with him at Ground Beta. After everyone got changed into their hero costumes, they all complimented each other on their costume designs. Deku stepped out into the light wearing a costume similar to his canon one, the only difference being that he had some flamethrower gauntlets on his arms. A female voice called out to him, Wow, Deku, your costume looks amazing. The green-haired boy looked to see who had said that, and he saw Uraraka in her hero costume. Man, your costume looks so detailed. I probably should have been more specific with mine. Skin-tight bodysuit isn't really my style, she said as she rubbed the back of her head, embarrassed. The green-haired boy covered his face, as he was blushing a bright pink. He complimented her by saying, You look great. I think I was a little too specific with mine. These gauntlets are a bit heavy. Their small conversation was cut short, as All Might went over the rules of the simulation. Everyone was assigned to the same team as in canon. As Izuku and Ochako were going over the plan on how to secure the weapon, the brown-haired girl asked Midoriya, What is your relationship with Bakugo? He seems to always glare at you, growl at you and stuff. Why is that? The green-haired boy was caught off guard by this question, but took a deep breath and explained the reasons. He and I were childhood friends, and ever since he first got his quirk, he treated me very badly. Now that I've developed my own quirk, he sees me as a threat. Now that the brown-haired girl was given the context of the situation, she commented that their relationship was like a rivalry in a shonen anime. Izuku chuckled at the idea and responded with, something like that. As the simulation started, Deku instructed Uraraka to use her quirk on him to enter through the window. They both entered the building, and he gestured to her to stay very quiet. As they both entered an empty corridor, the green-haired boy sensed something approaching. An angry Bakugo jumped out of one of the corridors as he attempted to attack Deku, but he wasn't there. Only the brown-haired girl was seen standing in the hall. Where's Deku? The atomic blonde asked in an angered tone. Uraraka placed the tip of her fingers together and uttered the words, Release. It took the atomic blonde a couple of seconds to realize where Deku was. He looked up and saw a determined Izuku trying to land a punch on the atomic blonde. The green-haired boy then ordered Uraraka to go on ahead. The atomic blonde and the green-haired boy were staring intensely at each other. The atomic blonde growled and said, You think just because you got a quirk that you're better than me? Well, you're not! The green-haired boy just retorted, Are you going to talk or fight? The blonde got very livid at hearing that snarky comment, and just attacked with his right hand. He was caught off guard at how Deku saw it coming, and grappled the blonde and threw him over his shoulder and into the ground. You don't get it, Kanchan. I'm not the same Deku you once knew. I've grown up. From now on, Deku is the name of a hero. Meanwhile, as Uraraka entered the 5th floor, she saw from a pillar that Ida was practicing how to be a villain. This made the girl burst out laughing, which unfortunately gave away her position. The blue-haired Robo-Knight explained that he cleared out the room so that she couldn't use her quirk. He then said in a villainous tone, So what shall you do, hero? He then proceeded to laugh in a villainous way. This worried her and made her think, I hope Deku knows what he's doing. Back at the hallway corridor, Bakugo was trying to blow Deku to pieces, but the green-haired boy kept evading and using his quirk to deflect the blasts. The green-haired boy said in a sassy tone, Surely you can do better than that. The atomic blonde got irritated and raised one of his grenade gauntlets and revealed a pin. He slowly started to pull it. All Might warned the atomic blonde, No, young Bakugo, you'll end up killing him. The atomic blonde responded, He'll be fine as long as he dodges. Deku grinned at the atomic blonde. The green-haired boy planted his feet firmly on the ground, and as the giant explosion approached him, he manipulated the blast to make a hole in the ceiling. Uraraka now! The green-haired boy shouted through his earpiece. The brown-haired girl grabbed onto the pillar she was hiding behind and used her quirk to throw it at Ida. She then jumped towards the weapon and secured a victory for Team A. As the simulation ended, everyone was ordered to go into the monitor room where they could watch all the other students. While there, a girl with black hair was making judgments. The way Midoriya was taunting his opponent in order to take advantage of his attack was both very clever, but also very manipulative. Bakugo caused so much collateral damage from inside the building that he almost brought the building down. Lastly, Uraraka gave away her position when she should have been stealthy. I declare Tenya Ida the MVP of this exercise. He was the only one who stayed focused, the black-haired girl said in a reserved voice. After hearing those words, Ida smiled and said, I am honored to have followed the rules accordingly. The green-haired boy asked Uraraka if she knew who this girl was, and she shook her head as she didn't know her name. Another student came in and told them that her name was Momoyarozu, and that she got into UA through recommendation. Bakugo didn't listen to a single word anyone said. He was still in shock about how he let himself be played like that. He looked at the green-haired boy and whispered, What the hell happens to you? The rest of the class went the same as in canon. After the exercise, All Might pulled the green-haired boy aside and told him that he needed to talk to him. The green-haired boy did as the number one hero told him, and they both sat down. You've shown incredible progress with your newfound quirk, young Midoriya, the number one hero said as he gave a thumbs up. The green-haired boy rubbed the back of his head as he told the number one hero that it was thanks to his training. The number one hero then told the green-haired boy that his little stunt was very risky and that he should be really careful with his quirk. The green-haired boy told the number one hero, I know, I'm still working on ways to improve it. The number one hero simply told the boy that he believed in him and that he'd figure out a way. When it was time to leave school, the green-haired boy went to talk to the atomic blondes near the classroom door. His former bully just gave him the silent treatment and didn't shout or say anything to him. This made the green-haired boy worry, since he'd never seen Katsuki be this quiet. Why aren't you saying anything? The green-haired boy said as he started to get anxious. The atomic blonde looked at the green-haired boy and just told him, I won't lose to you again, you damned nerd. I'll become the number one hero. The green-haired boy was happy to receive a response. His smile then turned into a smug grin, saying, Well then, may the best man win. The atomic blonde just scoffed and retorted, I plan to. After both boys had their declaration of war, a female voice asked him, What was that about? The green-haired boy recognized the voice as Uraraka's and just responded with, That was a declaration of war. Thank you all for sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. Before you leave, we would just like to let you know that We the Celestials has many other channels for your entertainment and viewing purposes. All the information you'll need is right below here in the description, so feel free to check out all the other incredible projects our team creates. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. That's all for today's video, so goodbye and have a divine day.